Đểรู้ยิ่งสองเลยทำยังไง
I would like to follow a question that you already answered, but I want to be so clear. You said that since the Hmong are fighting in a common cause, which is in the United States' interest, that's why you don't see necessary to send American troops in Laos. So that means when you find the Hmong already fight the communists in Laos, in Americans' mission, then you support the Hmong and the SGU to fight for you, instead of sending American troops in there and have a lot of damage.
Yeah, because if there's a common cause,
Okay.
and you want to fight somebody, and the local people want to fight him too, I think it's much better to let the locals do the fighting, because if you put the American troops there, you have other complications because they don't understand the local people. They don't know exactly why they're there. Are the locals your friends or your enemies? I'm sure they're having the same thing in Afghanistan right now. Same.
Bill, but at the same time, while we didn't have troops there, we had people there who, like for example, Site 85, who had to engineer the runway and put in installations in radar and things like that. Were they CIA or were they military who wore civilian clothes?
They were. I think the people who operated the equipment there, they were all from the Air Force, but they had been what they call sheep dipped. In other words, they had resigned from the Air Force on paper, and so they came as civilians, but they weren't really civilians, and that caused a big problem when they all got killed there, because the families believed they were in the Air Force, and they were. It was all done under the table, it was a secret thing. So it made but I guess they eventually got it all solved. But they were basically Air Force people.
Colonel Belair, this is it the Hmong belief or the SGU belief or the Laotian who serve on the SGU service belief? We feel that after Kissinger and Nixon negotiate with China, and then American gain their interest in that part of the world, then American decide to withdraw. So the people who work for American during the Vietnam War have to be dropped, and many of them were suffered. Is that really American gain anything from that war in China for sure, or American already make their decision to withdraw per year, not per the mission of Kissinger and Nixon gain from China?
I don't quite understand all of that, really, but did America gain something from the war? Oh, yes, there's no question about that, because the reason they gained is because eventually the communists gave up because they realized they couldn't do this, because they met too much opposition everywhere, and they gave up. So that
the Vietnam War never said American lose the war. American gain this war.
Yeah. We believe that we helped Americans fought on this war, and American won this war by having China come on the table to negotiate with American and open the free trade market for the American. We believe in that. Do you believe in that?
I don't know about that, but there's no question that the benefit by the U.S. is at that point the communists gave up their idea of conquering Southeast Asia.
Okay.
They gave it up. And it happened because I was still in Thailand, and the people from Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos who went into Thailand as refugees, and many of them just stayed there. They told all the Thais, don't trust the communists, stay away from the communists. And the communists gave up in Thailand. They all surrendered to the Thai government because they realized they were defeated.
Do you believe that if there were no SGU help in Laos and attack, hit and run the North Vietnamese troops that traveled through Ho Chi Minh Trail to South Vietnam, would the American troops in South Vietnam would receive more casualty than it was? Do you believe
I'm
that?
not sure that's true. No, simply because the Ho Chi Minh Trail didn't run through North Laos. You know, it came in further to the south.
Okay.
So, but it had a direct effect because it put a big drain on Vietnam itself. They had to spend a lot of money. They sent soldiers to that area. So there's no question it was a great contributor to the whole thing. You know, there's no question about that.
Well, thank you. I think for the morning portion of it, and I know you have afternoon obligation, and Lee Powell
Evening.
Instruct us to give you plenty of rest because you're going to be delivering your keynote address tonight. So I think we want to conclude with the probably summation that we here today. We learned that yes, even though the SGU have a common cause with the United States, that the SGU were pay and a part of the CIA or the U.S. Could we say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could also say that through General Vang Pao, there was operational direction given to the SGU, such as guard these radar sites and help build and maintain and guard these various airfields, etc. See, and I think that supports
The
it.
mission say again for me, 3 missions. The first thing, I had to recur American pilot shot down between Vietnam and Laos. The second mission, blockade Ho Chi Minh Trail from north to South Vietnam. And third mission, protection the radar and Phu navigation, all the aircraft to Hanoi.
Do we have any idea how many Americans were rescued? I know some were captured and killed and things like that, but do we know approximately how many American?
Every pilot shot down in Laos side, we have to die or lie back. But in Vietnam side, we cannot do because that's not our mission. We cannot go over the territory.
You talking about specifically in Region 2 or the whole Laos?
All of the operation of SGU.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
That,
all region.
yeah. It's hard, like Colonel Lair already alluded to it, because they are sheep dip, and they become civilian, and so the record is very difficult. But like for example, the personnel at Phu Phathi, they were all listed either killed in action, body never recovered, or they are either a prisoner of war or missing in action, and they are still quite about 12 of them. So that's why.
Coming from point of view of SGU involvement in
verify that.
See, ก็จะมอบไปชื่อตัว number ภายในเดือนก็ป้าต่อที่จะมีการภายในเนี่ย
我叫pilot，我差点应到有毒，要其他国毒就见了，你就多问到我。I want to ask you, how many say good in Laos?
Rescue pilots.
No, not pilot.
Oh.
Say man. You man, say man.
อเมริกาแล้วเป็นเยอะแล้ว
How many
American
American CIA
personnel.
personnel killed in Laos?
Yeah, American say
They were killed there.
yeah, killed Laos. How many people?
Very few.
Very
And
few.
the ones
I think-
and most of the ones who were killed were in
Yeah, I can
airplane
call
crashes.
the not 10 people.
No.
And how many you lose in Vietnam? How many you lose in Cambodia? You see, yeah. The Hmong die, take American place, the whole thing, 100%.